Mad I'm the person they wanted to be. This ain't the that they wanted to see. Now they looking at me. Now everybody they looking at me.
What is up, guys? It's your boy BadgePlug, and today a lot of news has came out about 2K19, so of course we're gonna go over it. All I ask is that you hit that like button because we're gonna get straight into it. For our first tweet of the day, which is also very important, are we gonna really experience fatigue this year? If a player takes on the scoring load early or turbos a lot, will they be able to sustain that energy throughout the whole game with no penalty? Mike Wang says, fatigue plays a bigger role in 19. You'll have a significant advantage if you pick and choose your spots. Should be noticeably tougher to sprint all game long or ball hog. Now, this is a big discussion going on throughout the dribbling community or just playmakers in general on how, you know, in real life, someone dribbles and you don't do 3 little dribble moves and then you're out of breath. You know, a lot of NBA players like Kyrie Irving or something can dribble basically the whole shot clock without getting tired, or you can tell that there's fatigue in him and he's not going to be able to make the shot after he's dribbled for 10 seconds or something. But it's looking like they have really cracked down on playmakers this year, and I don't think it's going to be that important, to be honest, to all of you that are really worried about it. I still think that playmakers are going to be a very important build if you are good at dribbling and stuff, but I don't think that playmakers are going to be good for those playmakers that just spam dribble moves. You have to use IQ this year to correctly perform and execute and be efficient on the court. But let's get into the next news. Our next tweet from Mike Wang says, hey Mike, was just wondering in 2K19 if someone is behind you, is it considered as an open shot unless they block you? And when someone's ankles are broken, will it also count as an open shot from previous 2Ks? It would still count as contested. Please answer. Someone behind you or lying on the floor shouldn't affect you at all. Now, this is not a extremely important thing to discuss, but a lot of you that watch my streams, over and over this year, I've broke somebody. I've put them on the floor. There should be no contest at all. I should be counted as wide open. If someone's on the floor in real life and you shoot the ball, you are wide open. But since they are on the floor next to me, it counts as a contested shot, which is one of the most dissatisfying things you could possibly do this year. You crack somebody's ankles and put them on the floor, and you miss because they're on the floor, and it counts as a contested shot. Glad that hopefully this is different, and I'm trusting Mike Wang, but we'll just have to see when 2K19 comes out. For our next tweet, we have, Mike, what is considered over dribbling? And keep in mind, this is a game. I think the concept is good, but will the amount of seconds I dribble cause it? Will it be my stamina or simply the amount of moves? Mike Wang says, it's basically your stamina bar. Excessive sprinting and contact drain it fastest, not necessarily the number of moves. You can still string several moves together and pull off nice combos. It's just harder if you're gassed. Now, see, this is exactly what I was telling you guys and I was talking to with dribble community people. When they would ask me, you know, do you think it's going to be worth it, or do you think that 2K has ruined the playmaking? I said no. And Mike Wang has literally told you right here that it's basically going to be the same thing, except for you just can't excessively do, and you can't run around the court over and over and expect to not be gassed. Now, I understand, I'm pretty sure from what he's saying that it's going to be a little bit more, like, you know, every dribble move you do takes a little bit more off your stamina bar, but I don't think it's going to be anything that you guys should worry about or say, hey, you know, I'm not going to make a playmaking build because of this. I think playmaking builds are still going to be extremely good, and I'm going to touch way more into that in some of these next tweets. So right here, Mike Wang is responding to this tweet more in depth. He says, also, some moves drain stamina faster than others. You can do a lot of standing size ups before you get hit, but repeated step backs and hard launches will knock you down quickly. So that basically explains it for you guys that are worried about the playmaking and the stamina and stuff. I think it's going to be fine. We'll just have to see when the game comes out, but honestly, guys, unless they do some changes, I think it's going to be perfectly fine just to make a playmaker again, if that's what you were thinking about making. This one right here is going to cause a lot of discussion, I believe, because it was a serious discussion this year. So if I have a 94 overall sharp, With playmaking secondary and I activate the secondary takeover abilities, will I be able to ankle break someone and make them fall? MikeWang simply just says yes. So if you are sharpshooting first, once you hit 94 overall, like you guys that have watched my videos know, you are able to activate your secondary archetypes takeover thing. So a sharpshooter is going to be able to put people on the floor this year, and I don't know. We'll just have to see how it goes, but I know a lot of people were mad about how in 2K18 any build in the game can put people on the floor or get ankle breakers. But this year, at least you have to have playmaking in your build to break people's ankles. But still, I don't know. We'll just have to see when it comes out, like I said. This one right here is nothing crazy, but it's still definitely pretty cool. We need to have an animation for players to slap the ground before they play defense, like KG used to do to get himself hyped up. Elite defenders should definitely have this, a way to get in the zone on defense. MikeWang simply says, we added slap floor and other similar animations for locks this year. So that's pretty cool. You guys, have you seen LeBron at the All-Star game when he slapped the floor? I think he was guarding Kobe or Kyrie, I don't know. But it's one of them. But that's pretty cool. I'm glad that 2K added that in the game. It seems like 2K really just went over the top this year, and it's going to be a good game. But like I keep saying, we have no clue till we actually play it. This next tweet is just absolutely beautiful. It's magnificent. Hey MikeWang, just wondering if you made any changes to passing or catch animations in 2K19. I found this year there was a lot of turnovers from easy to make passes, and heaps of catch animations were slow, awkward, and forced you into weird looking jump shots. MikeWang simply says, our passing and catching team made a ton of improvements. Catch fumbles are basically gone. Easier to convert long passes to open guys, and a new catch collision system to help well-positioned defenders combat dump cheese. Amazing. Literally amazing. So what he's saying is with dump cheese is how people just force the ball in the paint, and sometimes it's really hard to get a steal, or it goes right through you, stuff like that. And then when you throw really simple passes in 2K18, a lot of the times you're not rewarded for that. Like if you're playing twos and you beat your man, so the other man has to pick up, you pass it to your teammate wide open, and I have Silver Dimer on my play shot, 98 overall, so he should be making perfect passes almost every time, correct, right? But no, he like throws them up in the air, and my guy has to jump up and catch them, my teammate, sorry, and it's just really annoying that you're not rewarded for getting your teammates open. And I'm glad that 2K is focusing on that. Let's get into the next tweet. This tweet is very good because MikeWang goes in depth about what he means when he's talking about these certain things. Mike, I keep seeing the word should in your post when replying to questions. Could you explain the choice of that particular word as it pertains to the question asked? I've seen you use it for contested shots from behind and in this thread so far. Thanks. MikeWang says, I like to qualify most things as a dev, which means developer. If I make definitive statements saying something is 100% fixed, someone will inevitably cover an edge case that leads to unexpected results. Then they make a video, dig up an old tweet, and call me a liar. Few things are guaranteed in development. So what he's saying basically, for those of you that are not understanding, is he's not going to say something's 100% correct. Like when he was talking about green lights missing, he said, you know, it could happen, right? It's not going to be a swish every single time, but it should be. What he's saying is he's not going to say 100% that it's going to be in. Like, he's not going to say 100% every shot is going to be a swish if it's a green light, because if someone's playing and it doesn't, then they're going to record that footage, they're going to put it on YouTube or Twitter and be like, yo, MikeWang, you lied. So I guess that's why he's saying that, to cover himself in case anything happens, which in development, that's completely understandable. But let's move into the next tweet. This tweet right here is pretty self-explanatory and will answer a few of you guys' questions. MikeWang, I'm a player that likes an all-around build. Which do you think is the closest to that? And MikeWang simply just says, I'd probably go with the two-way. So that's going to answer that. For those of you that were wondering that question, let's move on to the next tweet. It wasn't very important to me. On to my favorite tweet, the definitely, in my opinion, most important tweet of the video. How lethal is a playmaking shot creator? MikeWang. He says, it's my personal favorite. Now you're going to see from the title of the video that this is exactly what I wanted to talk about. And I've been wanting to tell you guys this for a minute now because it's been on my mind. Okay, first of all, leave your opinions down below on anything you feel like talking about from this video or about 2K19, because I read every comment, so please leave your comments down below. but I've been wanting to tell you guys this, man. A playmaking shot creator. You guys already know I have a 98 overall playmaking shot creator this year. I love my build. The only thing I would have done is made my arms lengthier, because I made them like the smallest wingspan, and you should make them always the longest. But anyway, playmaking shot creator sounds like such a good build in NBA 2K19. For those of you that have watched my news videos and seen the information that we've been given, you can tell why a playmaking shot creator looks like an extremely overpowered build next year, even more overpowered than they are this year. Now let me explain what I'm talking about. Playmaking first is going to be able to crack ankles very efficiently. Mike Wang confirmed in his tweet just a minute ago that you guys seen, even if you have playmaking second, you're going to be able to put people on the floor. So if you have playmaking first, it's obviously going to be even more efficient, correct? So say you break somebody's ankles. You're a 94 overall player, which means you can use both takeover systems, right? You crack somebody's ankles, then you're running to go do a fadeaway. Your defender has to catch up once they've been broken. So once you get an ankle breaker, all your stats go up. Everybody knows that. I don't know if that's a hidden feature in the game, but everybody knows once you get an ankle breaker in this game, your stats go way up. But you break somebody's ankles, you could be wide open right there, correct? But if they do catch up, then you do a hop jumper or a step back jumper, and you break their ankles again, because a shot creator breaks ankles off shot creating shots. So you have two ways that you can get very wide open very efficiently. Now, anybody that's done a hop jumper this year, if you have on a good hop jumper, I mean, you can fly across the court, and they're very, very good. Now, I think Mike Wang has said that hop jumpers are only going to be good on dribblers. So playmaking first with the hop jumper, and then shot creating second. I don't know. You might have heard it here first from your boy BadgePlug, but it sounds like an extremely overpowered build, and that might be my first guard build of the year. You guys know I'm probably going to make a center first, but that might be my first build, or it might be my first guard build of the year. But we still have more news to talk about, guys. I'm sorry that I took so long on this, but this is definitely just the biggest topic that I wanted to talk about, because it's so important. Please leave your opinions below on anything you feel like leaving your opinions on. Let's get into the next tweet. This one's pretty short and simple. I'm pretty sure most of us knew this already. Can you disable the shot meter like in previous 2Ks? I like to learn my jump shot timing without the meter. Mike Wang says yes, you can turn it off. So I'm pretty sure we already knew this, but Mike Wang just wanted to answer this for the person that asked, but I'm pretty sure that we already knew this. Alright, let's get into the next tweet. This next tweet is very important for those of you that were looking into the slashing build this year. And the dude says, what dunk rating do you need for contact animations? Mike Wang says 85. 75 for standing dunks, and 50 for driving for standing contacts for bigs. Basically, the goal is to only have slashers and athletic finisher builds able to contact dunk. This isn't set in stone though. So I'm glad that Mike Wang and the whole developer team is looking at this, because there's so many builds this year that can get contact dunks, like especially with the animation glitch, which hopefully, Mike Wang, I know you're in the Noti gang, but you won't reply to me on Twitter. Hopefully there's no animation glitch this year. I understand it's going to make you guys more money, but it ruins the game. It really does ruin the game. I understand that I have it on. I know I'm going to get comments about it. I have on some animations that are glitched, but that's because it's in the game, so I'm going to do it. But if it's not in the game, which I don't want it to, then I'm not going to complain. I don't want it in the game. Alright, let's get into the next tweet. Once again, I think we already know this, but what ball control do you need for tier 2 dribbling? Mike Wang says 70. I'm almost positive we already know this, but I guess he's just going in and answering questions for people that didn't see the tweets a few weeks ago. The next tweet is from TIMMERMAN, who also works at 2K, for those of you that do not know. He says, got some new moves in the post to play off the fakes. Spin, drive, jab, step backs, out of hold, and live dribble. Effective because you don't know if it's a spin, spin fake, or spin step back. So once again, post scores are looking like some absolutely insane overpowered builds, as long as you learn all the moves. If you're just spamming like this year, you do a drop step and stuff, it doesn't look like they're going to be that good. But if you are deep into learning the controls for the post, you might be an excellent player next year if you're a post scorer. We have another tweet from TIMMERMAN that says, guess before or correctly React after moves with left stick to increase your chances of success as a post scorer. So what I'm thinking this means is, so if you shade to the left and like a post scorer spins, post spins to the right, then you're done for, basically, is what he's saying. I could be wrong, I could be right, I'm not sure. But guys, this is the end of the video. Please drop a like on this video. It helps out my channel so much. If you support me, if you're in the Plug Nation, Noti Gang, anything, please drop that like button. Also, click the join button in the description if you want to be a member of my channel. I now have a link for it. It's $5 a month. It's pretty cool. You get some emotes and stuff in my streams and all that. Hit that subscribe button if you are new, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace out.